make strong men. Right. When we see crap like this, you got to do something, man.
Don't fool yourself. We still in slavery.
We being hanged, we being killed, and they love doing it.
Shalom, shalom. Most High in Christ bless. Most High in Christ bless Israel. Glad to have you tuning in to the Bible Book of Our Fathers. If you would, hey, reach out to somebody. Matter of fact, why don't you like, share, and subscribe?
Right.
Okay, to the Bible Book of Our Fathers. I'm Captain Sarai here with my crew.
Shalom, Israel. Ezekiel.
All praises.
Hey, shalom, Israel. Most High in Christ bless. Officer Eli.
All praises. And my man.
Hey, shalom. Officer like him. Most High in Christ bless.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So all praise to the Most High. It's good to be back on the Bible Book of Our Father radio show again. Y'all tune in, all right? Tune in for the all praise to the Most High, the long-awaited classes, Friday night radio shows that's going on. The lineup, you got Hammer Time. Okay?
That's right.
You got Fix Your Face. You got Friday Night Raw. Okay? And, boy, I tell y'all, thank God for the Sabbath. It's been a heck of a week. And, man, it's just good to be. And then we know how it is. Sometimes the weeks fly by. Sometimes they go slow. But here lately, as far as I know, they've been flying by. So, and you be looking forward to the Sabbath. So all praise to the Most High. Hey, let's go ahead and get our disclaimer going. Get that out the way, if you would, please.
Israel united in Christ. We are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a nonviolent Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race, ethnicity, or gender. We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5, verse 1, King James Version.
All praise to the Most High. Again, that last part you definitely read there. Don't sound like no hate group to me would be telling you to do that. Okay? If you was a hate group, you wouldn't even hear it, especially not the Bible scriptures coming out. Right. But again, thank God, all praise to the Most High for his word, okay, for these scriptures, okay, to give us the proper medicine that we need to heal our minds, our spirit, down to our very soul, okay, even for the body, whether we realize it or not, okay, because the head is sick, the whole body is sick, whether we realize it or not, okay. The mind ain't right, then the body going to follow right along and do things contrary to the Most High God's will, okay? But again, all praise to the Most High, like he said, we are not a hate group, okay? So if you've been, I guess, your mind been pushed and the propaganda that's been pushed to make you think that, I think you might want to go back and do some delicate research, okay? And as the Bible say, prove all things, okay? Prove us wrong, all right? But again, all praise to the Most High. So let's put the title up. Let's put the title up. All right. The Fall, Stand, and Final Call. The Fall, Stand, and Final Call.
All three phases.
Yeah, that's exactly it. So we understand, most of us do, how we got here where we at this very day, here in America, Babylon the Great, and scattered throughout the whole four corners of the earth, okay? We understand that. Going back, well, I'll say, again, the fall, the stand, okay, and the final call. And that's where we're trying to get to that final call. We right there at it, but at this moment, we at the stand, okay? As the prophets of God, as the men, the daughters of Sarah, God, we are at a stand, okay? So what are you talking about, a stand, all right? When I say stand, I'm going referencing that to Ezekiel 37 and 10, okay? We're still in the process of us standing up on our feet. In Revelation 11:11, it tells you, and well, you know what? Let's just read it. So I'm sitting here rambling on. Give me where you at, Ausalai?
Ezekiel chapter 37, verse 10.
Yes. Okay.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived.
And they live. Okay. And they live. Read on.
And stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
You hear that? And stood up upon their feet. The stand. Okay. But for somebody to actually to stand, they wasn't already standing. Obviously, it had to be a fall before they was able to stand up. Am I right? Yeah, put that up there. Obviously, they somewhere somebody have already fallen or have failed. Okay. And now they're standing on their feet, or they laying down, or did they fall down, or were they asleep? Oh, a lot of us were asleep, okay? And when you sleep, you're laying down, you're not conscious, you unconscious, okay? And you don't have a clue what's going on. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
But now, at some point in time, thank God for the Spirit of the Lord. Read it again, Officer Larkin. It speaks for itself.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them.
And the breath, the laws of God, okay? The Spirit of God is his laws, came into them, and read on.
And they lived.
And they lived. They thought they was living, but they was literally the walking dead, okay? And they lived, read on.
And stood up upon their feet.
Stood up upon their feet. And as many others have tried to stand up upon their feet, but they didn't have the breath of life in them, okay? But thank God that they was making a stand. Am I right? What little bit that they knew and had, we give honor. Let's, for instance, Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Fred Hampton, Muhammad Ali. Let's throw him in there. That's Khalid Muhammad. We can. Some of them go back farther. I even know about. You know, I'm still learning. That's right. Say that again.
Denmark Vesey.
Denmark Vesey.
Nat
okay.
Turner.
Nat Turner. That's the one right there. You know.
French. What's his name?
Toussaint Louverture.
Yeah.
There you go.
Man.
That's why he
I know, right?
Yeah.
He got it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Roll right off the tongue.
Like he knew French.
Oh, yeah.
Toussaint Louverture.
Well, all praise to the Most High. Read a little bit more. Let's see where we at.
And stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army.
An exceeding great army. God is raising up an exceeding great army now that's standing upon their feet, and the words of life are coming out of them. Am I right? Because you got to understand, matter of fact, give me, thank you, Officer Logan, with that. Give me, let's see, 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. 2 Corinthians 10 and 3. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yes. All praise to the Most High. So, brothers and sisters, again, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you tuning in to the Bible Book of Our Father. Hope you're looking forward to a great lineup tonight. Okay. All praise to the Most High. You got that?
Yes, sir. 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
For though we walk in the flesh.
For though we walking in the flesh. Okay. We walking in the flesh. Read on.
We do not war after the flesh.
But what we dealing with now, we ain't taking up no guns, no knives. We see people out there warring after the flesh, but we're not warring after the flesh. Am I right?
Right.
Okay. Matter of fact, read on.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
For the weapons of our warfare, okay, this great and exceeding arm that we're talking about, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. They're not physical. They're not tangible. But read on.
But mighty through God.
But they are mighty. They're mighty. This is a work. This is the Spirit of God, okay, This ain't something man do. This ain't something man put together. This ain't something man organized. No, this is the Spirit of God organized through man. Okay, read on.
To the pulling down of strongholds.
Through the pulling down of strongholds. We didn't realize, didn't even know the strongholds that we've been up under. But you know what? Before we even got to these strongholds that we're dealing with today, where there's all these different paganism. That's basically what it is. Paganism, idolatry. Okay, it's all around us. Okay, it's been instilled in us from a kid growing up. We really been just totally destroyed. And again, that's what happened to us. Give me Deuteronomy 28 and 48. Okay, that's exactly when we came over here on these cargo slave ships. Okay, as we again were scattered to the four corners of the earth, not just here in America, Babylon the Great, but wherever those cargo slave ships landed, read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Okay.
In hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness,
and in nakedness,
and in want of all things.
and in want of all things. Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of...
Talking about your enemy. We see that. We know that now. Okay, we understand that. We've seen the movies, but we didn't really take heed or woke up or became conscious to the point that, man, wait a minute, this is biblical. Okay, this literally happened to our people, to our ancestors. Read on.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And once he destroyed us through the strongholds that we were just speaking about. Am I right?
That's right.
In 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. So again, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, okay, but mighty through God. It took God, okay. Pastors in these churches, all these evangelists and teachers, so-called preachers and prophets, all of them, they wasn't hitting on nothing, okay? But now, through the Spirit of God that we was reading about in Ezekiel 37 and 10, okay, we see a great senior army that's being raised up, okay? But again, that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, okay? Matter of fact, give me, go to Zechariah. I remember in the book, Zechariah, Zerubbabel. Zechariah chapter 4. Matter of fact, start at 6.
Zechariah chapter 4, verse 6. Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, This is the word of the Lord unto Zerubbabel.
Now, we know who Zerubbabel is, right? Okay. One of the mighty men, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Well, none no like him. No other like him, okay? Man, we talk about it, but can you imagine? All right. But Zerubbabel was a mighty, mighty man. Okay. But read on.
Saying, not by might,
not by your strength, not by your carnality, not by your how much weights you lift, not by might, but what?
Nor by power.
Nor by your own soul. You think you got power, but you don't have no power until you have power with God. Okay. Read on.
But by my spirit.
Did you hear that? It says, but by my spirit. Man can't do what he do if it wasn't for the Spirit of God. We couldn't do what we do if it wasn't by the Spirit of God. Not by might nor by power, but by my spirits. Who said this?
Saith the Lord of hosts.
Saith the Lord of hosts. Okay. Okay. Again, we see that Zerubbabel being one of those top mighty men of the Most High God, okay? The Lord letting him know, again, that it ain't not by your might, not by your power. Because matter of fact, let's read on verse 7.
Verse 7.
Watch this.
Who art thou, O great mountain?
Okay. Who art thou, O great mountain? Okay. That great mountain is talking about America, Babylon the Great. Read on.
Before Zerubbabel, thou shalt become a plain.
Oh, right before. So that's telling us, again, all praise the Most High, and shout out to our bishops, okay, Bishop Nathaniel, to bring this understanding to us. But Zerubbabel is going to be back in this time.
That's
okay?
right. That's right.
Because his prophecy going forth about America, Babylon the Great, that great mountain, okay? But read on.
And he shall bring forth the headstone thereof with the shoutings.
With the shoutings. What you mean shouting? How is he going to bring forth that headstone? He's going to bring forth the coming of Christ with the shoutings and teaching the gospel. Am I right? It ain't going to be physically taking over nations and taking over the kingdom. Am I right? But it's going to be through preaching and teaching the gospel of Christ. And that's going to bring forth that headstone, which is Christ himself, right? All praises. Read on.
With shoutings,
Uh-huh.
crying, grace unto it.
That's exactly right. Let's see. Read verse 8.
Moreover,
Uh-huh.
the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, the hands of Zerubbabel have laid the foundation of this house. His hands shall also finish it.
Through the preaching of the gospel. Read on.
And thou shalt know that the Lord of hosts has sent me.
You're going to know that the Lord of hosts have sent, okay? You're going to know that the Lord of hosts have sent the prophets, okay? The spirit of Zerubbabel back in the earth, okay? To cry loud and spare not, okay? To lift up that banner on that high mountain, okay? America, Babylon, the Great, all right? So, again, the Lord was saying Zerubbabel will be back to finish the foundation that's laid in these last days. In these last days, that spirit was going to be back. So I'm sure many others likewise, okay? But he will have to learn to teach, okay, with the spirit of Christ in him. That's how he was going to come forth and bring forth Christ, okay, that headstone. He was going to pave the way, open the way for Christ coming back to redeem the children of Israel. So again, as we read in 2 Corinthians 10:3, for though we walk in the flesh, okay, we do not war after the flesh. It says, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God of the pulling down of strongholds. One of the major strongholds I know that I always warn with and I fight against big time because I can't stand it is Christianity. Christianity.
Hate it with a passion.
I hate it with a passion because it got our people jacked up. It has the Lord's sheep, the lost sheep jacked all the hell up. I got to say it where it is.
You know what, Cap? And
Yes, sir.
it's got so many holes in it, and it just don't add up with the Bible.
Not at all.
And you kind of wonder why are people still caught up in that madness. It got so many holes in it, and it's so far from the truth.
Right.
But we understand that, understanding going to be given by the Lord.
Exactly. But thank God that he's raising up mighty men, to again, as with the spirit of Zerubbabel, okay? All praise the Most High. So,
If I may, Cap.
Yeah, please.
Could you put up the thumbnail again? The title for Cap's the radio show today. It says the fall stand and the final call. So Cap was bringing out some stuff on us standing, but I was looking at it and I was telling Cap, you in the spirit. So I'm listening I'm listening to Samuel this week, and I was listening to Samuel. I was going in, and David says something in Samuel when Saul and Jonathan died. I want to read that real quick.
Okay.
2 Samuel 1, read verse 25 and down to 27. Let's see what he said about Samuel and David. I mean Samuel and Jonathan. Not Samuel, but Saul and Jonathan. Excuse me.
2 Samuel chapter 1 verse 25. How are the mighty fallen in the midst of the battle?
Read that again.
How are the mighty fallen in the midst of the battle?
Go ahead.
O Jonathan.
Oh, who?
Jonathan.
Go ahead.
Thou wast slain in thy high places.
Read.
I am distressed for thee, my brother Jonathan. Very pleasant hast thou been unto me. Thy love to me was wonderful, passing the love of women.
That the love of the brethren, sometimes we don't understand that. The Lord says that love that the brotherhood is, it surpasses women love with conditions.
Right.
Brothers don't. We don't get nothing from each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Read on.
How are the mighty fallen?
How are the mighty Israelites fallen from rulership? How have we?
Right.
What are we? Read.
And the weapons of war perished.
How are God's weapons of war perished? Let's get that real quick. Jeremiah. How has God's weapons of war perished? Jeremiah 51. Because Cap is bringing out, we got to stand.
Yes.
But understand that we fell. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 25.
Read verse 19.
Verse 19. And I will bring Israel.
Jeremiah 51, 19.
Oh, excuse me. Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them.
We're not like the other nations. Oh, Kendrick Lamar using the Bible.
Right.
Read on.
For he is the former of all things.
Read.
And Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
Rod is a weapon. Rod is a tool to correct.
Right.
Go ahead.
The Lord of hosts is his name.
Read.
Thou art my battle axe.
Who is God's battle axe? Jacob. The 12 tribes of God's battle axe. Read on.
And weapons of war.
And we're God's weapons of war. We've fallen, and now we're standing. Go ahead.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations.
Well, what?
Break in pieces the nations.
Go ahead.
And with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
So as we've fallen, the mighty have fallen.
Yes.
Hey, you bringing it out, Cap. We're standing now.
Yes.
We're standing. And as we stand, we got to understand we're the weapon. We're the weapons of war for the Lord.
Yes. He's
Go ahead,
definitely
sir.
using it. And obviously, I'm glad you brought that up because, again, we see, again, that the words of God is not going out void. It's accomplished what it's been set out to do.
Yep.
And they see it. Going back to Revelations 11:11, like I spoke about earlier, okay? We see it in France, okay? All praise, shout out to our sister that visited us from France. It was good seeing her. Really
All praises.
stirred our spirit just to see her, you know. All praise the Most High. So I pray she had traveling mercies back. Definitely appreciate you visiting us here in the United States of wicked America. No different than over there in France, am I right?
That's right.
Exactly. Read it off, Salakin.
Revelation chapter 11, verse 11. And after 3 days and a half, the spirit of life from God entered into them.
Which we read back in Ezekiel 37:10. Go ahead.
And they stood upon their feet.
There it is. They stood upon their feet again. There's that standing again. Read on.
And great fear fell upon them which saw them.
I love that scripture right there, man. They are way past overdue, and great fear fell upon them that saw them. Okay, well, we ain't out there with guns and rifles and nooses and dogs and hollering. You know, we a hate group or the black KKK. We ain't doing none of that madness like that. We. You know, look at that, Ephraim. You know, look at the sister. Look at the smile. They don't look like no hate group out there. You know, she don't look like she's scared.
Right.
Well, who in the hell scared?
She got her phone up recording with a smile on her
Oh,
face.
man, she got her phone up recording with a smile on her face. Because, again, she sees a people that's starting to stand up on their feet, okay? But like Officer Eli brought up, going back to the fall. What happened to us? Okay, we just touch it briefly. We you know, let's go to the book Babylon of Timbuktu. Okay, talking about that fall. Now, we know that again what we just read in Deuteronomy 28:48. Okay, until He have destroyed us. But listen, we coming up out of that now. Okay, those yokes of iron, yes, they was taken off our neck once we was destroyed, and stuck in a fallen state. Didn't know how to get up. And I got a video. I started watching it, and I couldn't let it go because I started going through and really seeing how they was actually still trying to keep us down, that we wouldn't stand, okay? The man as well as the woman, okay? Woman meaning from man, all right? So, put that on screen from Babylon to Timbuktu from Rudolph R. Windsor, okay? Just touching just briefly on the fall. What happened to us? How did we fail? Why did we fall? Okay. According to the abomination of desolation that Christ spoke of, that was, again, the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28. Okay. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Let's go inside the book. If I remember correctly, it should be page 84. And just blow it up a little bit, okay? Because this is history. Any of y'all ever learned this or seen this in school? Did they ever teach y'all this in college or high school?
Nope.
Elementary school.
We probably would have been more interested in it if
Probably
we
would
learned
have.
about
Right.
ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. I ain't heard nothing alike this right here. What you guys, Eli? Help me out.
You sitting over there listening about Benjamin Franklin and
Yeah.
Anne Frank. And you wonder why you falling asleep.
Exactly. Right.
Sometimes in history class,
Right.
you would hear about your people, but they would tell you that it was Esau. They would never tell you.
Right.
You just had that understanding that that's who it was.
Mm.
Byzantine Empire.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The medieval time, the
Yeah.
Dark Ages.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just assumed that it was talking about Esau.
Yep.
Yeah.
The whole time it was talking about your people.
Talking about
Yeah.
your people. That's exactly right. Exactly right. So our attention was nowhere near that. Okay, we was asleep. They kept us unconscious.
We was sleep in school,
Literally.
and we was sleep spiritually.
Right, literally. Exactly. So now again, that's why I understand they call us a hate group. But don't get mad at us because the Most High put the spirit of life in us. Okay, and now we stand upon our feet. We ain't got no control of that. That's the Most High's doing in His time, right? All praise to the Most High. That's why great fear falling upon them, and I appreciate that too. Okay,
Hey.
instead of me running around fearful and scared, or seeing my people always running around fearful and scared, they run around fearful and scared. What you got, officer?
It got to be the Bible, because you go from like when you read about in
tell me.
Acts and they talk about nothing good come from Galilee and so forth, right?
Oh yeah.
And then they hear how Peter talks, and they say he had to been with Christ. But we go from brothers that have got all types of backgrounds, even sisters as well,
Oh yes, definitely.
to the Bible making us scholars. I mean, reading books that we would never even. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When we first used to come in the truth, remember, we would go into the bookstore.
Yeah.
We would go, we'd
Right.
be in the book. They'd be like, look at all
Man.
9 brothers in the bookstore looking
Right.
at books.
Yes. What's
You know
going
what
on?
You know what I'm saying?
What are they doing in here?
Right.
That's a phenomenon.
Man, exactly. They
You
they ain't checking out no pop-up books, with pictures in it. They actually come and get some books, some
Yeah.
reading. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
They searching for something. What are they searching for? What are they looking for? That's exactly what it is. All praise to the Most High. For now, hey, just even finding out about the Apocrypha, meaning hidden books. Man, I was like, what? Where did this come from? And then to know is, man, I tell you, it's some mind-blowing stuff.
Yeah.
They have been hiding some stuff from us. This is crazy. The whole time. But thank God for the spirit of life. Okay. But going back, like we said, yeah, we was in that fallen state. Okay?
Hey, you know what? And you know what, Cal? I
Yeah.
gotta cut you off.
No, help me out.
You said they've been hiding from us the whole time.
Yes.
And they hide it so much, but they still hiding it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You anti-Semitic. You know what I mean? You they hire our own people to come against them. Our people who might have been brainwashed to come
Man.
against us. That's how
Yes.
much they still trying to hide it.
Yeah, exactly.
Get our people to try to debunk it.
Y'all seen that video? It was a video with it was Trump. I remember he was in office, and then next thing you know, you saw what's his name? Old football player Lawrence Taylor come up. You know?
LT.
Yeah, LT. A prominent sports figure to all.
Yeah.
LT wasn't no joke. You speak about LT. But when he come up there, and the next thing you know, I'm just here to serve, and now he just cooned out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Wait a minute, that's Lawrence Taylor,
You remember how he had the spirit he had on him?
Yeah.
He didn't care.
Right. He did not care. He would break your leg, break your neck, But now it's like, oh, I'm just here to serve.
Because he was controversial back then.
Yes, exactly. But they don't got him. They don't got him. If
Okay.
I get a chance to find a video, I'll pull it up. But again, it still show you some of our people still in that fallen state, trying to serve this country, American Babylon the Great, instead of serving God Almighty. Okay.
So, Cap,
yeah,
you getting ready to go into that book? You gonna pull it from the scriptures first, or you gonna hit the book?
I'm gonna
first?
go to the scripture to Luke 2. How you think we should do it? Help me out.
We need them to see it in the Bible first. Sometimes
Well, let's do that.
You know what I'm
Let's do
saying?
that.
Sometimes they're thinking, well, the Bible ain't in the real book.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, no,
yeah. I got you.
you got to read it in the Bible.
Right.
And then now
And then
we just let you know.
Go to the history.
Yeah, we going to the history.
Luke 21, you mean, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Matter of fact, hit that off the line.
Was it 20 or 21?
21.
The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 20.
He got it.
There you go.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Wait a minute. What? Read that again.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem
You want the you want the picture up there while he reading it?
Yeah. It'd be good. They find
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Put
put-
that up
put
there
that
too.
up there,
They
y'all.
see that.
You don't need to see that.
and when you,
Right. They see us all the time. Let them hear the words of the
Yeah.
Lord. That's what
Hey,
they need.
But
to do.
that make perfect sense when you put the picture of that. It's almost identical what you read out of the
Exactly.
Bible, bro.
And the thing is that why he ain't naming any other nations? He said when you see Jerusalem. He ain't say when you see Rome, when you see East India, when you see Italy. He said when you see Jerusalem, he's talking about a specific
People.
country and
Okay,
people.
yeah.
That's the only people that he's talking about.
Yep, that's exactly right.
In other words, it was a people
Right.
that dwelt in Jerusalem.
Exactly.
Boom.
And it ain't the ones that we think that's dwelling there in our land now. Okay, call themselves the Jews. Okay.
Because it's been a lot of trading places over the years. It's been a lot of war and displacing of the different countries.
exactly.
So we got to deal with that as well.
Yes.
It-
Yes. Exactly.
While we
ahead.
reading this, can we find that it's a video of how Israel looked.
Yeah.
How Israel looked before before the bastards came in.
Right. That's an old throwback too, ain't it? Man, we'd have never known that. Bishop Nathan, boy, he do some serious research, don't he?
Historians.
Man,
You know,
beautiful.
These are
beautiful.
historians.
Yes. So, while he's looking for that, you got I just posted a video about I was talking about Lawrence Taylor. Are you able to play that at the moment? We gonna get to where we're going. Y'all just bear with us, okay? We slow walking this a little bit. We ain't in no rush, okay?
We taking a walk up to 70 AD.
Yeah, as I'm growing up, I'm getting a little bit more and more better understanding, starting to piece things together, and that's why a lot of times, you don't want to rush it too fast. You see what I'm saying? It ain't sunk in yet,
Yeah, there you go, right there.
Yeah, there you go, right there. There's a NFL legend, they call him. LT speaks at the White House. Whoa, he speaks at the White House. And y'all listen, I don't get into all this political stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's just not my area of teaching. I hear it, I see it. But you come across these things sometime, and it just make you shake your head like, damn.
You know who he remind me of with that suit on?
Who that?
Old Jack. Remember
Jack Brewer. They'll roll in the old coon.
Rolling in the coon.
Put the old flag behind him and say, hit it. You on, Jack. I remember that. Yeah. So they got another old Jack Brewer, man. He's old humble servant here. Now, play this. Let me see if this is. I know this is one, but I know it had another little add-on to it. And I ain't want to give it away.
I'm just proud to be on this team. I don't know why. I don't know what we're supposed to be doing, but I'm here to serve, and I'm here to serve you. Okay, so I'm gonna do the best I can for as long as I can. Thank you very much.
Nobody like him.
I'm just.
sheesh.
Okay. All right. Now, there was it's one on TikTok. It's one on TikTok. Y'all know the one I'm talking about? I don't want to give it away right now, but let's go ahead and move back into that. We'll come back to it. Let's get to these scripts. Yes, sir. Bring that out, Officer Lock, and read that again. Let's bring out this true history, again, what happened, or the fall, all right? Read on.
Luke chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh. Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains, and let them which are in the midst of it depart out. And let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For these be the days of vengeance, that all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people.
My, oh God.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
And they shall do what?
Fall by the edge of the sword.
Okay, read on.
And shall be led away captive into all nations.
And led away captive into all nations. How many times people sitting in these Christianity church read that and don't even realize that that's talking about you, the so-called black, Hispanics, and Native American people? That's talking about you, the so-called Negroes, so-called African American. How many times have we sat in church looking for a Easter egg scripture or some old madness, not even in the Bible? The preacher just what they call just nitpicking a scripture out. What they call cherry picking a scripture and preaching his own message. Okay, this is crazy.
That's all they do.
That's all they do. Again, that's why I'm going back to that spirit of that Christianity spirit. It's got our people jacked up to the point where they don't even know their own history other than what Esau has taught them. Only what they again, sleep. But read it again, Officer Larkin.
Oh, you want the rest of it?
Well, no, go with where you at. Yeah, go ahead. Where you at? 22?
And 24. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
And Jerusalem. Okay. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down by the Gentiles.
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Okay.
Can y'all look up trodden? Trodden?
Trodden down of the Gentiles.
Yes. Wow. Trodden down of the Gentiles.
And did y'all ever find that video?
Oh, they probably have to do a deep search.
Hey, read that part again. Start from verse 20.
Verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
This is a military tactic, right? To starve out, because they couldn't get in.
Right.
So if you read history, you'll understand they couldn't get in. So what they had to do, cut off food from going in and out. Read on.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains. And let them which are
Jump down to verse 23.
Verse 23. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land, and wrath upon this people.
What is that talking about? Go to Deuteronomy 28. Deuteronomy 28. Woe to them that give suck. Because what is the wrath that's going to come? If you can't eat and you're starving, what are you going to do? Moses spoke about Deuteronomy 28.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 54. Or 52. Yeah, 52. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates until thy high and fenced walls come down, wherein thou trustest, throughout all thy land. And he shall besiege thee in all thy gates throughout all thy land, which the Lord thy God hath given thee.
Read.
And thou shalt eat the fruit of thine own body.
Woe to them that give suck. Why? You're going to be starving. What are you going to do when you starve? You're going to eat your kids. Read on.
The flesh of thy sons and of thy daughters, which the Lord thy God hath given thee, in the siege and in the straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee.
Y'all don't understand. This is biblical prophecy. The Lord is telling you what's going to happen. We ain't seen days like that before. You ain't seen days where we eat. We're in abundance now. That's why a lot of us is in the red.
Oh, man.
But in these days, you're going to be past the green.
Right.
Where you got to eat your own kids to survive. You ain't even think about that. That's what the Lord's bringing out. Go back. Go ahead, officer.
Before you go, I want to add on with that. So without a shadow of a doubt, we can prove this point, right?
Yes, sir.
So this particular people right here, 70 AD did happen. Yeah, you can Google this, okay?
Right.
Jump up, because these people that Moses was speaking to did not physically happen to them, all right? So this is a prophecy. Jump over to 68. Here go another prophecy that happened. This prophecy we just read happened when 70 AD. So let's go and show them another prophecy that happened later on as well.
So we over here reading in the book of Luke, and then you just went all the way back into Old Testament, hint, hint, you Christian preachers, okay, you go back in the Old Testament in the book of Deuteronomy and read what actually was going to take place, part of the curses that was going to happen.
That's
the
right.
Prophecy, right?
15:28, Deuteronomy 28:15 through 68 goes into the curses that will befall the true Israelites that the Bible is speaking about.
I learned that in church.
And so
I'm listening.
So let's go to let's go to 68 and read about another curse that will befall the people. Another prophecy.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So said the Lord was going to bring them into captivity. Let's prove Egypt. In case we got a dumb Christian on here.
Yeah.
Let's prove what Egypt is. It's synonymous for what? Read that.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 2.
Uh-huh.
I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the land of Egypt.
Out of the house of bondage.
Because the Israelites were slaves in the land of Egypt. And there's a Greek word that wasn't always on that land. It was changed to Egypt when it was when the Greek overthrew it. They put their own name, like the Bible say. They named their lands after their own name.
Right.
Okay, so that means the land of captivity. Now jump back, read
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt,
into a land of bondage
again with ships.
It said again because they walked out of Egypt when Moses split the Red Sea.
Right.
But he said he's going to bring them into a land of bondage again with what?
Ships.
With ships. So we're the only people from now to the beginning of time that have went into a land of slavery on ships. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
And we the only people that have not seen our homelands again. Read.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And Moses said, when you got off those ships, when you got to that land of bondage, you're going to be sold to your enemy. We were the only people that got on ships, got to the land of their enemy, and was sold. Read.
Right. For bondmen.
For slave men.
And bondwomen. And no man shall buy you.
Nobody going to redeem us but Christ. So that's another prophecy of the true Israelites that only happened to the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So I said that to prove the point because we're finna read trodden down of the Gentiles.
Trodden down. Trodden down, right? Real quick, read verse 56 and 57.
Verse 56 of Deuteronomy chapter 28.
We just staying in Deuteronomy. They always talk about, y'all read Deuteronomy 28. Yeah. You don't got to go nowhere. Why we need to go somewhere else?
They don't want us there.
We're going to read Deuteronomy chapter 28. That's what
that's
we
the
gonna read.
Old Testament. we showing you the same thing where it took place in the New.
It says the same thing in the New Testament. Read.
The tender and delicate woman among you, which would not adventure to set the sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness and tenderness.
That's how women were treated. Read on.
Her eye shall be evil towards her husband of her bosom.
We know that's how it is today. But read on.
And toward her son, and toward her daughter.
Here's the point.
And toward her young one that cometh out from between her feet.
Because they had the children standing up. They didn't lay on their back to give birth.
Right.
Come on.
And toward her children which she shall bear. For she shall eat them.
So now you know what it's saying about woe to them that give suck. She's going to do what?
Eat them.
Go ahead.
For want of all things secretly in the siege and straitness wherewith thine enemies shall distress thee in thy gates.
In thy gates, meaning our land.
Yes.
It was our land. Jerusalem was our land. Christ was talking to the Israelites that were in Jerusalem.
Exactly.
Go back to Luke.
Not them that's just showed up in 1948 over there in our land. Not them. So let's get that out your head now, okay? But where you going back to?
Luke.
Yes. Go back to Luke 21 and 20. Watch this.
Luke chapter 21, verse 20. And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
Now, let's put that in your head. Y'all ain't got that old picture of that, do you? I know it was a picture, image of that. Like it was the city, Jerusalem, and it's an old picture, like come out of a book.
We talking to the old young buck back
Yeah.
there.
I ain't got time. I know I got it in my save somewhere.
We love the zeal of the young brothers.
Yeah. We get y'all there.
We can't get no history out of it.
Yeah. I want to throw some imagery in their eyes and not only this word going in their ear, but I want them to see it too. It's okay. Y'all keep doing a good job. All right. Well, do better. Let's do that. There we go. So read it again. The armies.
And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies,
Okay.
then know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
Now think about it. There's here it is, the land of Jerusalem, okay? And here is armies compassed about it, all the way around. Just getting that image in your head, all right? Matter of fact, it says, and then now that the desolation thereof is nigh. The desolation thereof is nigh. I'm going to come back to what you're trotting, right? But desolation says a state of complete emptiness or destruction. A state of complete emptiness or destruction. You imagine an army surrounding you. You realize, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. You sense, ain't nothing but destruction getting ready to come. They getting ready to come at you, okay? That's what desolation means, all right? But read on.
Then let them which are in Judea
that's there in the land, read on.
flee to the mountains.
Flee to the mountains, which again we know the mountains there was in Egypt, right? Because even the angel told Joseph in a dream to take the young lad, being Christ, and flee into Egypt, which that's the mountains, right? Okay, well read on.
And let them which are in the midst of it depart out.
And those that which in the midst of it, if you can get out, get the hell out. Read on.
And let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto.
Anybody else that's maybe have been traveling and on their way back to Jerusalem, don't come. Don't come. It's terrible right about now. Okay. Read on.
Yeah. Post that. That's what.
That's what I was looking for. That's it right there. Okay. That's it right there. Read on.
For these be the days of vengeance.
Now they got them. Good thing you see. You can't really. All right. I don't want them trying to make it look like a bunch of old Caucasian
Find the
people.
one where Titus Vespasian, they took the
see the menorah there.
Yeah, they took the menorah and all of that out of the temple. Yeah, where the ark. When they took the ark, find that.
It's a carving. It's a stone.
Okay. And you read it said, and these be the days of what?
Vengeance. That all things which are written may be fulfilled.
Just like what you just read over in Deuteronomy 28, right?
Right.
Okay. Which things were written back in the book of Deuteronomy. We reading in Luke, the New Testament, but back was written in Deuteronomy chapter 28 should be fulfilled. Okay. Read on.
But woe unto them that are with child.
Go ahead.
And to them that give
you
suck in those days. For there shall be great distress in the land and wrath upon this people.
Because if you're starving, like what Christ said in Matthew 24 about famine and pestilence, if you're starving and so forth,
right,
the land is going to be distressed. You're not eating,
right.
You can't put up a fight.
Kids ain't eating.
The kids ain't eating. You're not eating. You can't put. Think about a parent having to decide on, hey, look, we can have another son or daughter, but there's no way we can feed them and we eat. That's distress.
Yes.
That's
a
terror.
Serious, traumatized mind. That's a serious place to be, ain't it?
That's vengeance.
I don't even want to. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's
right.
the Lord bringing forth vengeance.
Yes.
Right? Read on.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
So they fall through war. Read.
And shall be led away captive into all nations.
So when why is it that when we read about going into all nations, coming out of all nations, gathering from all nations, how is it that they skip that the people that were trodden down was taken captive into where?
All nations.
All nations. Not some.
Right.
All nations. Come on.
And Jerusalem.
And the land that was given to them would be what?
Shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Shall be trodden down. Get that. Trodden down. So what happened to the land that they took us from
Right.
and took us into all nations? Because they tell us go back to Africa.
Yeah,
But they don't never tell us go back to Jerusalem. They don't never say go back to the land that you came from.
Right.
Trodden down.
Tread. Past participle.
Go
trodden.
to similars.
Hey, and also, won't they tell us the country to go back to in Africa?
Right. What country in Africa do we go back to?
Where do we go? You know,
Because it said to flee into the mountains. So we fled into Africa, but what country? Which one?
north, south, east, or west? Where were we?
Where were we?
Because they can't. They crafty.
Right.
They can't say they can't give you a country per se, because you're gonna say, okay, let me figure out what's going on over here. Let me research it.
Right.
Were we ever here? And the only thing that's gonna do is it get you researching back to Jerusalem.
Right.
That's all it's gonna do.
Back to the motherland.
Right, because we weren't nowhere. Well, yeah, we came out of these other lands, but our roots is from Jerusalem. Go ahead. I mean throw you off.
No, that's
Tread. Verb. Past participle. Trodden.
trodden. Right?
Walk in a specified way. Similar. Walk. Step. Stride. Pace.
So
go.
trodden down. Is that all the synonyms?
March. Tramp. Stomp. Trudge.
That ain't got no. They ain't got no.
Hey, go to the Merriam-Webster.
Yeah, they ain't got no oomph. That ain't no oomph. It sounds like
You want to hit a little harder than that.
Yeah, that ain't got no oomph.
Sound like old nursery rhyme
Yeah.
or something, you know.
Tread.
Okay, a form of beat or trample, crush, to subdue or repress, trample, crush. So when he's saying try, he's saying crush them. We were crushed. We were trampled, trodden down, destroy them. Right? Read on.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Of the other nations. So if we were taken into all nations, these Gentiles are the other nations. Taking our resources. Read on.
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
The Lord said there's a time limit that they get to be there. There's a time limit. But he says it's going to come to a fulfillment at some point.
Hey, go back to that last picture right here.
Yeah,
right
That's
here.
it.
Right here.
That's it.
So-
That's 70 AD.
So these don't look like Edomites or
Yeah.
the so-called Caucasians taking
right.
the riches and the
Right.
the godly artifacts,
Right.
you know what I mean, from Jerusalem.
Exactly.
They let you know these are the Gentiles that was going to trot down Jerusalem.
These
That's
are the
them.
Gentiles. Yeah.
That is literally them. That's exactly
Like
it.
it says, a thief, a robber, if he came to thee, would he not left one grape? No, he
Right.
took everything.
Everything.
Not only did he take God's stuff that came out of the temple, he took the nationality, he took the land, he took the people, he took Christ, he took everything. Go ahead, Cap.
All praises. So again, we just lining everything up. The Bible, we just line up the Old Testament as well as the New Testament. Okay, we lining it up. You reading about it. Okay, let's see. Now let's go to the Babylon of Timbuktu. All right, let's go to Babylon. Now we just the Bible don't need nothing else. The Bible just proved itself out. Am I right? We just brought it out. Okay. You said and scattered unto all nations.
All nations.
You also you just read that in Deuteronomy 28 and 68, right?
Yes, sir.
About ships.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. And there you have it. Now, here we is, and put the title, the book cover back on the screen again so they think we ain't making it up. There you go, from Babylon to Timbuktu, all right? A history of ancient black races, okay, including the black Hebrews or the Israelites, okay, by Rudolph R. Renzer. Now, let's go to it now. Page 84. Let's see if this coincides with what we just, again, read out of the book of Luke, okay, and out of the book of Deuteronomy. And we could have went to the book of Daniel.
Daniel?
Yes, it's there. Read that also, like.
In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
Do you hear that? It says again, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies, who were the Romans? The Gentiles, the Esau, the Edomites, Romans, okay, all right. General Pompey captured Jerusalem in 70 AD, all right. Read on.
Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter.
You hear that? With great slaughter. When we read it in Luke 20, 21, 20, what it told us? Don't even go back. The abomination of desolation, okay? Destruction, all right? It said the armies was going to be, so when you see the army surrounded, okay? Flee into the mountains, okay? Why is that? Because you just read right there. Because Titus put an end to the Jewish state with great slaughter. Read on.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine.
Yep, you hear that? Military governors. Okay, military again. It's the armies we read about. Read on.
Many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
Just like what you just bringing out, Officer Eli, again, back to the point in Deuteronomy 28, where you have to, atrocities, many outrageous things was taking place, even to the point where you had to decide to eat your own child. Okay, they cut your water off, they cut your food off. Okay, you're trying to get in there. Okay, but you know what? We ain't gonna let nothing get in. We ain't gonna let nothing get out. But read on.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews.
Over 1 million Jews did what?
Fled into Africa.
It said flee to the mountains, right? Okay, again, there you go. Read on.
Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery.
Fleeing from Roman persecution. And not only that, they weren't fleeing just from the slaughter that was taking place. Okay, but it says, and slavery. And slavery. Okay, but what else does it say?
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
There you go, right there. The black Jews. The slave markets were full, not empty, were full of black Jewish slaves. Now, I ain't talking about how many was slaughtered, okay, in that particular time of 70 AD, okay, when that attack took place. But again,
that's just saying who fled. I put up another book. This more history. More history.
Atlas Geographus, or a complete system of geography.
Go to the next page. Read that.
Some of the Jews who inhabit both sides of Niger derived themselves from Abraham.
Those are the Israelites. Go ahead.
Others fled hither from...
What's that? Trying to make that.
When Vespasian destroyed Jerusalem. Or from Judea when it...
No, others fled from Africa when Vespasian destroyed Jerusalem. So read that again.
Others fled from Africa when Vespasian destroyed Jerusalem.
That goes right back to what Rudolph Winslow said in his book. Right? Go ahead.
Or from Judea when
it was wasted
by the Romans,
Persians,
Saracens, and Christians.
Go ahead.
Some were banished from Italy in 1342.
So this is now we're getting on the other. We're dealing with more history. Go ahead.
And from Spain in 1462.
So these are all of them that went into Africa. They're saying, okay, so these slaves they banished from Italy in 1342, Spain 1462, Low Countries when?
In 1350.
France
1403.
England
1422.
Read.
I know a lot of them words
Okay.
all tattered.
I thought Alaka knew Old English.
I thought he did too. Okay, so it says, and are divided into several wealthy and numerous tribes, but have no dominion, are despised of all nations. So these are the same ones that it said that fled into Africa when Vespasian destroyed Jerusalem. So it says these are different time periods when Romans, these are Edomite nations, Romans, Persians, Saracens, and Christians banished them from Italy, Spain, Low Country, France. Sounds like
And,
the
and Christians.
right. Sounds like the 10 horns, right?
Mm-hmm.
France, England,
Hey, you like, we can't get past that one.
and the Christians.
The Christians.
And the Christians.
Hey, put it back up there.
Put it back up there. You see us?
Yeah,
Put
we
it back up
good.
there.
Why y'all keep putting it on us?
We need to see literature.
that.
Literature.
Hey, start from the top again, Eli. Just where it goes into the nations.
I'll read it like him.
Okay.
I got you. It says, some of the Jews who inhabited both sides the Niger derived themselves from Abraham. Others fled hither from Africa when Vespasian destroyed Jerusalem, or from Judea when they was wasted by the Romans, Persians, Saracens, and Christians. Some were banished from Italy, 1342, from Spain in 1462.
Wow.
From the Low Countries in 1350, from France in 1403, and from England in 1422. There were different inhabitants and are divided into several wealthy and numerous tribes, but have no dominion, are despised of all nations.
Wow.
Right. Can I back you up with a scripture?
Absolutely. Please, sir.
Let me get that Zephaniah 2:1. Yes, sir. It said, despised of all nations.
Right.
Let's find out who's despised of all nations. Who's not desired?
Zephaniah chapter 2, verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Gather yourselves together.
Mhm.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
O nation not desired. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The ones that the Edomites, the so-called Caucasians or white, so-called white man, hung from trees just for the sport of it. They hung us from trees just for the sport of it. You know, hunting us down like we were game. Like it was going to hunt down a deer or something. And then post it up on the postcards and pose for on the pictures of the postcards with the children in it. And then you got Edomite say, that wasn't me. That was my family didn't own slaves, but you brutalized them. You might not own them, but I guarantee you brutalized them. Go ahead.
And reaping the benefits.
And reaping the benefits of them. Go ahead.
Before the decree bring forth.
Before the decree, before what the Lord said was going to happen. Destruction coming. Before my destruction comes, gather together. Read.
Before the day pass as the chaff. Before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
So the Lord is telling you, just like he said, what's that in Revelation 18:4? He's basically saying the same thing. You better gather together and get from amongst the people before I destroy you too.
Right.
Before you get it too.
Right.
That's it on that.
He said, come out of here, my people. Be not partaker of sin. That's right. All praise to the Most High. So that's good stuff. So, fellas, let's go to, give me Isaiah 65:2. Okay. So, again, we were talking about the fall. Okay. We're talking about the fall. Now, here we are being called a hate group because we actually taking a stand now, okay, according again to Ezekiel 37:10, all right, Revelations 11:11, all right. But again, before we even come on the scene, there was others taking stands as well, okay. There's propaganda out that would destroy them then through COINTELPRO, okay, to destroy a black messiah from rising up, influencing his people, okay. Again, we mentioned some of them mighty great men that the Most High had during those times way before we came on the scene. But go ahead, Officer Larkin. This is what the Lord said.
Yes, sir. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 2. I have spread out my hands all the day unto a rebellious people.
That's why, again, with the prophecies of Deuteronomy 28 came to pass. Okay. Read on.
Which walketh in a way that was not good.
Walking in a way that is not good, contrary to God's law, statutes, commandments that he gave the children of Israel, the 12 tribes of the children of Israel through Moses. Okay. Read on.
After their own thoughts.
After their own thoughts. And all the idolatry they was in, all just being disobedient to God's word. And we agreed to it. Okay. We agreed to it. And then Most High said, okay, all right. But here's the stipulations, which we, again, from Deuteronomy 28:15, Deuteronomy 28 and 1 all the way through, okay? But what you got, Al-Salakin?
A people that provoketh me to anger.
That's right.
Continually to my face.
That's exactly right. We provoke the Most High God continually to anger according in his face, okay? Give me Hosea 5:15. Hosea 5:15.
Hosea chapter 5, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face.
That's exactly right. Okay. So again, that's where we at now. We're in a place in the land of our captivity. Now, we seeking God's face. At least all praise the Most High through the Spirit of God, because not by might nor by power, but by his Spirit. That again, we didn't choose God, he chose us. Okay. None come to the Father except they've been drawn by the Spirit. Okay. So it's the Spirit of Most High God that's, again, waking us up, right? All right. Was that it on that?
In their affliction, they will seek me
That's
early.
it right there. In their affliction, they will seek me early. Okay. So, give me that. It's a video. All right. And we've seen the affliction through the slavery. Okay. Even though that's past, we still being afflicted. Okay. And I'm going to show you. All right. Yep, that one there. So let me put it. You put it on screen. I want them to see what it is. I'm gonna be skipping different parts of this, but I just wanted y'all in your mind. You can go back and watch this. Okay. This is a 1967 documentary. Okay. Welfare over fathers. Okay. You read in Deuteronomy 28, or one of y'all reading about evil eye.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So those curses still relevant to this very day. Okay. So let's play this. All right. Y'all got all the timestamps. I'm gonna be stopping somewhere in between here and there. Y'all stop if y'all want. Y'all want to discuss certain things and bring out. But
this is something new. I'm taking.
Hey, I'm telling you, I got caught up in it and I couldn't get out of it. And I said, man, let me see. And it started making more and more sense. Okay. Why are people again seeing these curses on our people, and why are we still in the state that we in? Okay. But we got to make a stand. Okay. We got to put a stop to this. All right. Play. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna save my dough.
The welfare revolt.
Get away from here. I ain't gonna come back no more.
All right.
Welfare mothers, and the children too, feel that they are on a dead-end street. That the way things are, there's not enough money and no way to hold up your head. And so they've begun what amounts to a welfare revolt.
You look on TV and you see that poor little kid from another nation.
Pause it just for a minute.
So
I don't know if y'all remember, but I remember when I was a little boy growing up, they always show you the people on TV with flies in their eyes.
Little pot belly.
Yeah, old pot belly. Yep. And I don't know if that was from daggone not eating. I don't know. I ain't no medical doctor, but look like
that's what happened.
That's what it was? From not eating, or was they don't drunk some bad water over there? This just I don't know.
Something about when you don't eat, it makes your belly swell or something like that.
Okay. All right. But y'all know they used to put that on TV a lot. We would see that, and you sitting there feeling.
You know what's crazy, Cap?
Yeah.
You don't see that no more.
You don't.
You don't see that no more. Because I remember you like the March of Dimes. You know, like
the March of Dimes, right.
You don't see that no more. At least I don't see that generally, but you're absolutely right. They used to have the little pot bellies and the flies, and you be like, damn, you know.
Give them old bowl of rice.
Yeah,
you know.
Damn, they doing bad out there.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, but that was biblical too. that was going to, you know.
But we don't realize we was doing bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We doing bad over here, and they worrying about the other nations over there, right? But again, we not knowing this.
Right,
You see
right.
what I'm saying? But play on, because what she said, she gonna bring it out. Go ahead.
A welfare revolt.
You look on TV and you see that poor little kid from another nation. Oh, he looks so pitiful. I feel so sorry for him. But I can't overlook the fact that we have poor little kids in this nation.
Mrs. Etta Horn is a leader of the welfare rights movement. Their principle and their overwhelming complaint.
Now, y'all go ahead to the next time step, you know. So she made a very valid point, right? She made a very valid point. Again, yes. So thank God during this time, too, we had men from the Black Panther Party, Fred Hampton, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., okay? Just play on. You'll see. He's in here, too, okay?
Please.
There is an evil system around.
Martin Luther King believes that welfare is part of that system, damaging to black and white alike.
Will not get right until this evil system is removed, because as I have listened and as I've looked and as I've lived in the ghetto, I've seen what this evil system has done to my brothers and my sisters. I've seen how it has left little children with clouds of inferiority formed in their little mental sky.
Look at them faces.
I've seen how this evil system has transformed nice, decent young women into prostitutes. I've seen how this system has transformed nice, decent young men into dope addicts trying to escape the ugliness of their daily lives.
Now, do we not still see the residue or the effects of that even still to this very day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. From one generation to the next generation. Okay. Now, you think about it, it's only just happening in the black neighborhood, but what you got else, Eli? This next part gonna show you it was again, we talking about the so-called black Hispanics and Native American. We talking about the Israelites, okay?
It's like he did a time jump to today. Because, you know, when we think about how they came up, a family unit, it was bonded.
Exactly.
So now he's saying, I seen, you know, good sisters turn into prostitutes. Why? Because they had to get, instead of marrying the man, it was more beneficial for the man not to be in the house to receive aid from the government. So now instead of her dealing with one man and that man providing, she's dealing with multiple men and Uncle Sam's providing. And he's able to see that. And if he fast forward to today, I mean, he'd be astonished at what he would,
right?
Because that's exactly what you see.
Yeah,
the Boondocks episode.
Yeah, these a lot of these sisters on welfare it's not to get out. It's not a stepping stool to get out. It's that this is a career. You know, Section 8. It's a career where you literally. I sell food stamps. I get Section 8. That's a damn career to some of these sisters.
Yes, and they got great pride in that thing.
The more babies they got, the more money they get back on their taxes. I mean, damn.
But what's the evil behind this is that's why I went into this thing a little deeper than just skimming, because it just shows you how Esau, the devil himself, man, was just really manipulating and just really ruining us. But again, it goes back to what Deuteronomy 28 and verse 48 says, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, in thirst, in nakedness, and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. This is a state where we already went through the slavery. We showed y'all again the fall. We came scattered to the four corners of the earth, okay? Then on the cargo slave ships and sold, okay? Fleeing to all nations and you know, General Vespasian, where we, again, all this history coming together, you know, but you still can't see it in the Christianity churches that this is dealing with you. What'd you say, Officer Eli?
They beat the Kuta out of Kente.
Yeah.
And told him his name was, I was watching Roots the other day.
Oh, man,
I said, damn, boy, they tore Kuta up, man.
Put it on him,
Kuta was a warrior, though.
Yes, he was.
Kuta was a warrior.
Got his foot chopped off and everything. Yes.
Can I back you on?
Yeah, please.
Go ahead, Officer Larkin.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 5.
I got you.
Because Dr. Martin Luther King, and like Officer Eli was bringing out, if Dr. Martin Luther King were here to see what had become of the people that he was warning about the evil systems and policies that were being inflicted upon us to damage us, to destroy us culturally, socially, economically, familially, the attack on the family itself, the family unit to get the man out, he would have flipped on it. And the Boondocks actually showed that in an episode later.
And again, Martin Luther King, one of those pioneers that was back then standing. When nobody else was standing, he was the one that was taking a stand.
That's right.
Go ahead, Officer Larkin.
Yeah. Read that?
Isaiah 32 and 5?
Yes, sir.
Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 5. The vile person shall no more, let me read it again. The vile person shall be no more called liberal.
So the liberal that infiltrated the civil rights movement that Dr. Martin Luther King was beginning to be weary of and worry about and mindful of and warn our people about those devices that you're going to read about, that person is actually vile. And they're the systems, which is going to mention here in a moment, that they were devising against us were for the purpose of not helping but harming. Read.
Nor the churl said to be bountiful.
So jump to take 6 and 7 as well.
Verse 6. For the vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity.
So and read on.
To practice hypocrisy.
So the iniquity and the hypocrisy of we're trying to help you, or how we're going to help you. We're going to give you the handout. What the handout is, it's actually a Trojan horse to destroy the black family. We crushed the black job market during that time before we implemented the welfare system so that the jobs would not be more lucrative than the woman just having welfare.
It was strategically laid out.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Read.
And to utter error against the Lord.
Jump to 7.
Verse 7. The instruments also of the cure are vile, are evil, excuse me.
The churl, the liberal that he was talking about, they create instruments, what would be what? Okay, that's a pathological instrument there that they're showing. But the instruments that we were showing that Dr. Martin Luther King was bringing out was political systems, federal aid systems. Read.
He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying lips, with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right.
So such as, if you split the family household up, it's going to be better for you. And this is going to be something that helps you out.
Yes.
I need to read more.
Yes.
It's been a while.
Hey, you own it.
Hey, Cap. But like what Officer Eliakim is saying, the welfare system technically was not created for us. I posted, pull that little screenshot I put up. The welfare system was actually created for them.
Yep.
Based on available data on welfare receipt.
Can you shrink it a little bit? All right, go ahead.
Based on available data on welfare receipt, particularly SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program.
Appreciate you, AI. Go ahead.
Data which serves as a major welfare program.
Go ahead.
White individuals represent the largest group of recipients in absolute numbers.
So we're like the face of welfare.
Yes, right.
When you think about welfare, when they show people in Walmart and all of these different things, but technically, white individuals or Edomites are the largest recipients of welfare. Read on.
For instance, in one study examining SNAP participants, about 37% identified as white. Another source states that non-Hispanic white people accounted for 44.6% of adult SNAP recipients in 2020.
Read the next one.
However, when considering the percentage of a specific racial or ethnic group receiving welfare, the picture changes.
So now they want to change the dynamics to make it seem like blacks and Hispanics are receiving more. So read that.
African Americans, for example, are overrepresented among welfare recipients.
Exactly. We're overrepresented. Go ahead.
Making up about 14% of the U.S. population, but 30% of those enrolled in the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program. Another source indicates that roughly 40% of black Americans receive welfare compared to about 10% of the overall American population.
So they're trying to boost our numbers up, but technically, AI ain't lying on this. The so-called Edomite, the white race, so-called white race, is the majority of who gets welfare. But we're like we're the figurehead. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're the spokesperson of it. But they're the ones that they get the majority of it.
Right. And you're right. And again, and then back then, you know, we was the like you said, the target basically of the whole program itself.
It was targeted to split up our household, but technically the aid that they were really doing was for them.
Themselves.
It was for them.
Right. Exactly. So Psalms 83 right quick. Psalms 83. Actually, verse 3.
Psalms chapter 83, verse 3.
Hey, go back to those pictures y'all just had up there, the think tank and, you know.
Psalms chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones.
These the people right here. That ain't talking about us. We ain't sitting together and taking crafty counsel against anybody, okay? We ain't about no crafty counsel, okay? We're about righteous counsel, okay? But it says they have taken crafty counsel against thy people, okay? Thy hidden ones. What else it said again?
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
Read on.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
There it is right there, that think tank. Now, go back to the video, all right? Going back to the video. Let's stick our head in a little bit more. Let's see who this is. Let's see what this is about. Play.
Maria Ortiz and her children, Hilda, Juanita, Antonio, Pedro, in their New York apartment.
Pause that. You hear that? I wish Lynn was here in a New York apartment, huh?
Right. New York.
Yeah, New York apartment.
You know what I'm saying, Liam?
Yeah,
it's crazy work.
That's Northern Kingdom there, am I right?
Nasty work.
It's nasty work. Liam. It's nasty work.
That's on Northern Kingdom there, am I right?
Four y'all in the same bed. That's nasty work.
So she got 3 kids. Okay, play on to the time. 3 kids in the apartment in New York.
So look at that.
Right.
Mrs. Ortiz gets her welfare check under the Aid for Dependent Children program. It comes to about $117 every 2 weeks, about $3,000 a year.
You hear
Not
that?
enough
Pause
to pay the
it.
rent.
You hear that, man? That's sickening, ain't it?
It's just peanuts.
I want to go back to 1967.
Hey, play on. Man.
$3,000 a year, that cover rent?
Oh, man.
But look what she living out of.
Yeah.
Wait, scoot
Yeah.
it back about 5 seconds.
Yeah, but watch when we play on, you're gonna see how bad it really was. Cause
if you look at the condition, put that up there.
Yeah,
look how they living.
Yeah.
But you know, but our people they didn't have the mindset to know that I ain't really getting nothing.
Yeah,
I'm not getting ahead.
Right, not at all. They didn't know that. Okay, that's the crafty counseling work right there. Play on.
Mrs. Ortiz gets her welfare check under the Aid for Dependent Children program. It comes to about $117 every 2 weeks, about $3,000 a year. Not enough to pay the rent, feed and clothe the kids,
Paul said
and
not
provide
enough
the
to
diet
pay the
that
rent.
the doctor has told Mrs. Ortiz she needs.
Pause for a minute. Not enough to pay the rent, feed the children, and clothe them. Them shoes probably she putting on his feet, right on that little boy's feet right now, probably too small for his feet. Okay, he got to wear them anyway without no shoestrings in them. Play on.
Another child is on the way.
Pause in a minute. Say that again.
I said, you said that thing like you knew about it.
You got
hard time.
Yeah. Hard time makes strong men, though, don't it? That's why we got to stand up. All praise to the Most High. But play on.
He said another one on the way.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. When y'all hear that,
And ain't no man in sight.
that's what I said. Where's the man at?
A man is there.
Yeah, he's there.
He come in every
got
now
to
and
be.
then.
He here.
He got to be somewhere in sight.
He hiding in the closet right now.
What's
Play
that?
on. Claudine, yeah. But see, that's what I'm saying. We throw that on there, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that show. But I want to hit the reality, what's really going on. Really see it. Now, if y'all notice, who's documenting this? Who's narrating this? This would piss me off.
Oh, Esau.
This Esau. He going. Why? Because again, he been watching everything play out the way he wanted to play out.
Exactly. He wanted to see. He want to document and see how good his plan.
That's exactly right. That's that crafty count.
They studying this thing.
That's right. He want to make sure everything's going just according to plan. Yeah. Okay.
This ain't just for no entertainment.
Exactly.
No, this for the powers that be to see how their plan is going.
It's going good for them. That's exactly right. Play on.
Another child is on the way, but the father of her children has deserted her. The fact that governs everything else in Mrs. Ortiz's life
now, pause
is
for a
money.
minute. You know that I throw that in there. Father of children deserted her. He ain't put out what's really going on. Why
you
it
made
is the
him
way
get
it
out.
is. Yeah, exactly.
He had to leave
in order for her to be exactly okay.
Because they both probably was struggling.
Exactly.
You know.
Yes. The strain that they put in on that crafty counsel and the strain that they themselves manipulated this marriage or this unity of husband and wife. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And you know, like just for that, just for this alone, you can't get this through a Christian head, man. Why do the black man? Because it only affects us. Right. You know what I mean? You don't really see that in the other the nation's household, even the Esau.
Right.
Okay. Right. Why does it affect us the way it do? Why why the man got to leave?
Right.
Why can't they be struggling together?
Exactly.
You know,
making it together.
Yeah, they brought them over here on slave ships.
Right.
And didn't give them nothing to work with. So why can't they be struggling? And they need some help. They let you know it's a tactic to destroy us.
Right. Why you can't help them both?
Right. That's my point.
Yes.
Why both of them can't be helped?
Be together and help them both. Help the family.
Ain't give them nothing.
Man, it's some BS here, bro. Play on.
The fact that governs everything else in Mrs. Ortiz's life is money, or the lack of it. Her inability to give her children the things they need.
Where we at far as the time on this one? All right, let's go on up to the next point. What were we supposed to stop at on this one? Okay, going up to 521. Like I said, brothers and sisters, y'all can go back and really watch this and pay attention. Okay, very good documentary, but to kind of see where we was at back then, okay, to where it even affect us even this very day. Ain't nothing changed. It really ain't nothing changed, okay? All right, inflation and you think because you got a raise on your job, you think you got because you driving around in a Benz and okay, you keep thinking you got something, okay? You still in this daggone trap, okay? Play on.
Ready to be permanently consigned to the welfare rolls.
So that's okay. Go 803. Yes. Go up a little bit more. 803. Listen to this.
Breakfast in the home of Carol King, a Cleveland welfare mother with 9 children. On the days before the welfare check arrives, there is half an orange for each child.
You hear that? Pause that. Before the welfare check even come again, we talking about 9 kids up in that house, man. See, this is why man. Listen, our people had it hard back then. That's why. Hey, when the scripture say honor thy father and thy mother, man, they was put in a bad place, man. You don't know what they went through. The kids don't even really know nothing about it on that real deep level. The stresses and the mind that the mom and daddy was, daddy, you left me. You wasn't there for me. They don't even really have a clue the hell of the they had to go through, okay, because of this system, America, Babylon the Great, okay? That's why, again, we have to stand against a lot of that took place back then that's affecting our people today, okay?
Hey, Cap, and when you look at this right here, man, a half of orange for all these kids, right?
Yes.
And then you think about, look, during this time, 1967, the Black Panther had free breakfast program.
That's what exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Man,
somebody stood up, right?
Right. Somebody had to do something.
Yes.
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? And then for them to come after them, these bastards wicked, man.
Yeah, it's wicked. That's why I'm saying, when you really get in depth of this thing and really see how we've been drugged down through there, man, the crafty
you
counsel.
can't feed your own damn people.
Right. 9 kids. You see what I'm saying? And the man not even there.
No, my point is the Black Panthers.
Oh yeah.
They can't even feed their
people.
Own people.
They was wrong for doing what they was doing. Helping their own people, the breakfast program and all that. That's it, man. Play on. Shoes for the baby.
Mrs. King has become involved in the welfare rights movement because she feels she doesn't get enough money to raise her family. She gets less than 80 cents a day for each of her children.
Wow.
The Ohio legislature approves only 3/4 of the amount that the state welfare department felt was a minimum necessity in 1959.
What's the matter?
The rise of ADC recipients in the last 6 years has been particularly dramatic among Negro families in the northern ghettos.
Pause for a minute. You hear Esau narrating that thing, man? He know all about what's going on, man. He's orchestrating the whole thing, and he is the one narrating it. Okay, this is what pissed me off. So play on.
Giving aid only when a husband is absent pushes the man out of the house.
Yeah,
His presence isn't
that pushes the man out of the house. Okay, the man can't even stand. No man in the house to stand, to fend, to take care of his family. Okay, we lost a lot, man. Play on.
Economic hardship. And a whole class of women and children are growing up in the northern ghettos, knowing neither husband nor father, only dependence on welfare. Life on welfare means waiting in line for food stamps, as for everything else. After getting her welfare check each month, Mrs. King's first stop is a food stamp center in the heart of Huff, Cleveland's Negro ghetto.
Watch this. So she get approved for...
She pays $110 for $158 worth of food stamps, which must be spent only on food. The idea is that the state guides the spending of welfare mothers, and the women resent the implicit moral judgment that they don't have the capacity to care properly for their children.
Pause. See again, and they don't. They're not properly able to take care of their children. They're not. Okay. But it would be better if the father was there regardless. Am I right?
Right.
Regardless. And as we move on through this, you're going to see why it's important for the father to be there. But again, the same thing we see going on today while the father's not there, how, again, that our families have been torn up and destroyed. This stuff still lingers on to this very day. Okay? So she paid $110 to get $158 $58 worth of food stamps. You see that? So, but she can only spend it on food. There ain't no medical care. She can't buy the kids no shoes, no clothes. The kids got to have lunch for school, or the kids got to have clothes. There's one part of him, we ain't going to go to it, but one part of him where certain days that the son was supposed to wear a white shirt with a tie. He didn't have that, so he gets sent home. So you imagine he's feeling some type of way. You see how it's tearing down his self-esteem, or for other kids that know that he's on welfare, or you know, the embarrassment. Could be a smart kid, but you can see even how it was these things that crafty counsel destroying these young men. Okay,
can we get Ephesians 5 real quick?
Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 5. There's something I seen in there, verse 22. When we look at this, they're submissive to the rules of the government.
Oh yes,
they're submissive to Esau.
Right.
They tell them they got how they get the food stamps, where to spend it, what to do, who can be in the house. They're submissive to those rules and governed by those rules, but won't submit themselves to their husband.
This day and time is sad. You're right.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22. Wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord.
So the Lord is saying, as a woman, you're going to submit to something. You're going to be under submission to something.
One way or the other.
One way or the other. Right. You're going to either submit to your husband or you're going to submit to the so-called white man, his system. Right. Either way, something is ruling over you. You're not ruling. You're not governing yourself. They're telling you where to spend your food stamps, what to spend it on, what to do with your money. They're telling you what to do, but he says either submit yourself to your husband or Satan is going to rule over you. Either or.
Exactly.
You're not walking this earth by you. You're not independent.
Right. And again, as we play on this is the very thing that brought on that women liberation, all these little women liberation groups and all that. I don't need no man. All this was part of that crafty counsel of setting this thing up the whole time.
That's what piss you off, man.
Yeah, it's heavy, bro. It's heavy, man. So play on.
We are bitter because we are faced with trying to raise children without money. People on welfare, if they had money enough to at least exist on, I'm not saying, because I don't have a college diploma, that I should have, $300 a week, but I'm saying that people on welfare have a right to a decent living in a rich country like America. And, like we can always, send charity overseas. And it's, for years, we've been in poverty as a country. And that I'm concerned with, a country that, gets concerned with hunger in India, but it's not concerned with hunger in the United States.
Pause that. You hear that? She's saying this. Y'all go to the next part. Okay, we're coming down to the end of this. But again, this is exactly what we're talking about. So now, ain't no father in the house, right? Okay. This is the path and road that it leads the children on. Okay, you just see it playing out, and Esau watching this, and he knows this, and he loving it because it's like a domino effect. Okay, one thing leads to this, that leads to that, and this leads to this, and it just keeps going on, and it keeps repeating that same cycle.
Like he said in the Willie Lynch letter, this is good economics.
That's exactly
he
it.
Said this is the
That's
business
exactly
plan.
it. Right.
Get her by herself.
Right.
That's good economics.
Yes. Play on. Watch this. Now pause for a minute. So now you see kids, teenage kids, just like you see today, going to the club. Okay. He's going to inject in a minute. I hope this part inject. I hope I ain't go too far. But you notice the little kids against the wall too? They're watching them. They're learning from them. Like when we see these sexy reds and all that, and then these little kids doing the same thing, they're mimicking the same, and they're going to follow that same cycle, okay? Same thing. All right. But again, this is all a part of that crafty counsel because again, well, play on here. He should say it. Watch this. Pause for a minute. At the same time, I see grown men in there, these little kids, you know, they shouldn't be around certain atmospheres at all like that. Young girls in there gyrating and carrying on, grown men standing around watching and seeing this, right? Would your daughter be in there, Officer Liger?
No, sir.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Okay. Well, if you wasn't there, you don't know where she at. If you wasn't there, you don't know where your son at. Mm-hmm. This is the result what you would get right here, truth be told, because they're looking for somewhere to be happy, to vent. They seeing the struggle going on. They don't know nothing else, okay? But they're looking for some happiness, all right? But play on.
This is survival and escape in Huff. Music, movement, and this moment. But in the morning, no job that will pay a living wage.
Pause for a minute. So you hear that? He said this is freedom and something. He said something. Escape. That's right. Nah, this is ain't this right here. This thing is going down a path down into a deeper rabbit hole leading right into sin, where we realize not. Play on. Watch this, and here's again result coming up. Now, I ain't saying nothing wrong with dancing and having a good time.
I was about to say, that's how y'all got down back there?
I guess that's how they did. Look at her. See her tongue? You see her tongue sticking out of her mouth? All right, let's move in a little bit. It's about there. Is it about there? About to the end? Huh? Go up just a little bit. Go up just a little bit. Get past this. Oh, go back. This. Go back a little bit more. Right there. Okay, watch this. This is what the result of this end up going in the direction it's going into. Okay, a crafty counsel again. Play.
Stop real quick.
Yes.
So there was the man when it's time to have fun.
Yes. You picked that up.
Damn.
That's exactly it. But when you put it on the screen now, look what the fun actually leads into. Okay. Look at what the crafty counsel leads into. It's a repeated pattern. Put that on the screen and play. Watch that. There's the end result of that. Play on.
And it begins again.
And pause it. You hear that? And it begins again. This is some wicked stuff, man. I'm telling you. Esau is the devil the Bible speaks of. He narrating this thing. He said, and it begins again. He liked that thing.
Yeah.
Play on. It's like Esau know.
He know.
Esau know that the children gonna come.
Yes.
But he'd rather for the man be out the house.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. The oppression that he's putting out there.
Because he can control.
Yes.
He can control the children.
Yes.
You know, with the man out of the house.
Control the man out the house. He control the mama, and he control the children.
She gonna do his bidding.
Exactly.
With the kid.
Right. And then nobody's focused on the kids. Okay. Then this is where you got again. That's why we got to bring back strong men. Okay, stand. Okay, coming out of that fallen state and stand. Play on. Watch this. You got something else to like?
Yes, sir. I had one.
Okay. No, you got something you want to say?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Baruch chapter 3, verse 10.
Okay.
Because we've been seeing, Baruch chapter 3, verse 10 is going to say a lot of things that lock into what you have brought out. These are the same black Jews that were led away captive into all nations. Right. And those are the ones, our same people that have fled from persecution, the blockade of Jerusalem in 70 A.D. that we had brought in the beginning.
Just rebellious people, the same rebellious people. Okay, God stretched out his arm to.
Yes, sir. God
in Hosea 5:15, I'm going to go to my place today and acknowledge their offense. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But go ahead.
And this is primarily what we're looking at here, so-called American black, which is the tribe of Judah. Read.
Baruch chapter 3 and verse 10. How happened it, Israel, that thou art in thy enemy's land?
How did you get to your enemy's land, you Israelites? It said in Luke 21 that we would be led into captivity into all nations. Right. And the people that are in our land now are not the real Israelites. We're here, read, in our enemy's land. Read.
that thou art waxen old in a strange country.
And during these times when they had ramped up the oppression on psychological and different economic, all them different levels, not just physical, that we had begun to lose all of the zeal, the power that we had, that we were fighting against it before some of these times when this welfare state in the late 60s, 69 and all that, we had become waxen old. We got worn down, degraded. Because if you see these videos, you say, okay, where's the men at? Well, if the men can't be at home with their families and enjoy their families and raising them, they outside the household getting tore up. So we was getting worse and worse and worse.
And fornicating and committing more adultery.
Right. Yeah, finish that.
That thou art waxen old in a strange country.
The land of our enemies, read.
That thou art defiled with the dead.
And defiled with the dead is, read verse 11, which is what?
That thou art counted with them that go down into the grave.
Because that in Revelations 11, those that fall out of the way of understanding are in the congregation of the dead. Our dead bodies would be in a strange country, the land of our enemies, where we are captive until the Spirit of God comes upon us.
Exactly.
And that's where we at now.
Right. That's exactly it. Hey, before we play on this, go. There's a picture I posted of a man got old hat on. Y'all see it? Yeah, I want you to post it up there. Let's read what he some little quote that he made. You know, just like what you call for the CIA would make his quote about the black Messiah. You see what I'm talking about? Yes, sir. Just throw that picture up there for me right quick. Read it off the line.
You look evil.
Right. So remember, we read Psalms 83, right, about the crafty counsel. Okay, all right. That the name of Israel be no more in remembrance. Okay, yeah, he is evil. Read that.
The first step in liquidating a people is to erase its memory.
Erase its memory. Take away their history. Take away their memory, not knowing. That's why you mentioned Baruch. What it said, we bethink ourselves. Okay, or in the book of First Kings, right? Okay. But think ourselves, okay, in the land of our enemies, okay. But read on.
Erase its memory. Destroy its books, its culture,
Destroy
its
its books and its culture, okay. It's culture. What's our culture? Our culture is our heritage. How we keep the law, statutes, commandment. Only thing, it was one man. There's one man on here that his wife had died, and he had like maybe five kids. He had to raise his daughters on his own. So only thing they had to eat was beans and with pork in it. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Their culture, how we eat.
Damn fat back.
The fat back. Exactly. We know about those things. Okay. So it's just showing you again more of the crafty counsel. But go ahead. It's culture. It's
history.
It's history. Again, going back to our book, the Bible, the book of our fathers, our history. Read on.
Then you have somebody write new books.
Which that's why we got all the making of many books, right? Okay. Read on.
Manufacture a new culture.
There it is. Manufacture a new culture.
Christianity.
Okay. Christianity. That's on point right there. Exactly. Manufacture a new culture. Read on.
Invent a new history.
You hear that? You invent a new history. That's why they're taking this stuff out of the school. They're taking the history out of the school, okay? They're talking about invent a new history. Read on.
Before long, the nation.
Wait a minute. They didn't say the people. It said before long. It's showing you who they targeting. It's showing you right there. He's telling you who he targeting. He said before long, the nation. Let us cut them off from being a nation, okay? That the name of Israel be no more. But he know the nation what?
Will begin to forget what it is and what it was.
Good God Almighty.
Hey,
what it is and what it was.
And this never happened in no other nation. Right. So, it ain't, it ain't out of, with osmosis for us to just, know who this is speaking to.
Exactly.
You ain't got to put no picture to it. You can go to any nation on this earth and read this and say, who did this resemble right here? Who did this happen to?
Exactly. Right.
And they'll be able to tell you.
Exactly.
Because everybody, no nation has memory has been erased.
Right.
They still have their books.
Right.
They still know what their culture is, even though they probably been Americanized.
Yes,
but they know where to go back to find the roots, though, right? They got the history. And so that don't pertain to no other nation but the Israelites,
Right?
The blacks, Hispanics, and Native
That's
Americans.
exactly right. And I don't even know who this man is, Milan Kundera. We already know he's an Edomite. You already see he up to crafty counsel. He wicked as hell.
He's
so,
a witch.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Remember Portuguese?
Yeah, right. So let's go back. You got something else, Eli?
I was going to say Daniel chapter 9.
Yes, go ahead. All praises. All praises.
Come down to the end.
Yeah. We running on down to the end. Brothers and sisters, again, I hope you get something from this. Like I said, go back and watch this, okay? Some really in-depth things and line it up with the Bible. See how we have been destroyed. See how these curses, Deuteronomy 28, that's us. Ain't no way around it, okay? Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 9, verse 12. Oh, you want verse 11 as well?
Verse 11, yes,
Verse
sir.
11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law.
That's the people. Go ahead.
Even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse
is Deuteronomy 28, Leviticus 26, what we read about in Luke chapter 21. The curse, go ahead,
is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of God, because we have sinned against him.
Go ahead.
And he hath confirmed his words.
The curse, people, the brothers and sisters on welfare, that is a curse. That is a curse. 200 million abortions, that is a curse. Read on.
Which he spake against us and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil.
A what?
A great evil.
This is not a little thing. Right. Come on.
For under the whole heaven.
Under what?
Under the whole heaven hath not been done as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
No nation can compare to what's been done to us. No nation on earth can say under the whole heaven we've faced this atrocity and that atrocity and that. Look at it. Go back in history. Nobody can say what has happened to us has happened to any other people on the planet. No one.
Right.
Go ahead, Officer.
Right.
I mean, Cap.
Nah, that's good stuff. And it's going back like Officer, when you read Zephaniah 2:1 about gather yourselves together, gather together, O nation not desired. Okay, you not just only see the tribe of Judah. Okay, you saw Ephraim. Okay, you saw it. We seen it right here in this. Okay, ain't no doubt about it, right? But he said, gather together, O nation not desired. Okay, before the decree bring forth. Okay, like I said, this ain't, Bishop brought it out many times. This ain't no asking you. Okay,
right.
This ain't no multiple choice. No, he's saying before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger. You spoke about that anger earlier, right? The God was angry against us, okay? The fierce anger of the Lord come upon you before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you, okay? So there it is, all right? Let's play on. We're coming on down to the end. I may not be able to get all this in, but I just want to let y'all see, Play that.
And it begins again.
Basically, he's saying the cycle starts all
Brenda
over.
is 19, unmarried.
19 years
and
old.
She has just had a baby.
Unmarried and just had a baby.
Yes.
She's learning to care for him on her own.
On her own. No father there.
She's trying to get a job to support him. And she lives with her aunt, who has 5 children of her own.
Wow. Pause that. You had
Money
5 children of her own.
And no man.
And no man. I ain't even got no man in there. You see this mess? It's just the same thing. It's number women. No men there. We know they're there, but they ain't staying. They in and out, okay? Women want to be loved, accepted, and we know how, I see how it's all playing out, okay? The man want to feel like he's somebody, but he, now he just become a pimp, whoremonger. He, he put in a place where he can't even be there. So he, bruh, we're in a very bad state then, and we see the same madness. That's why we got to stop this sin. That's why we got to stand and preach this gospel like never before. That's why we have to deal with the sin, okay? And they're going to hate us for that because we putting an end to this madness here and much madness that this has caused even still to this very day. It's trickled down, okay, in 2025. But play on.
That's the reason she decided not to marry Kenneth, the father of her child.
I mean, I would have married him, you know, while I was carrying the baby, but he had no job and couldn't support us, and his sister getting married. When his sister getting married, so I said, wait.
Pause for a minute. Why ain't nobody bringing the scripture out? Where's these churches at? Where's the pastor at? Why he ain't bringing out Hebrews 13:4, marriage is honorable and all?
Right.
Huh? Why he ain't bringing that out? In the bed under fire, whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge. Man, this thing's
She basically said he can't take care of me, so I'm gonna let the government take care of me.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. So they got him struggling to the point where he can't take care. He can't get a job. The system is all set up just to demise and tear us up, man. So I adjure you, brothers, okay, that's standing strong in the Lord and the power of his might, okay? But know this, again, it's not about might nor about power, but it's about the Spirit of the Lord, because we too could be out there doing the same wicked madness, okay? And this cycle could still be going on. But what are we doing? We taking a stand, because, again, the Most High has poured out, again, his spirit of life into us to bring us back to his laws, statutes, commandments, that we govern ourselves according to the laws of God, okay? That we acknowledge our offense, okay? That's what we're doing. Play on. We're almost there.
Marrying him next year, and no sooner than next year. Have to give him time to work first. I mean, what's the sense of marrying somebody if he can't support you? That's his job to support you and the baby, not my job to support him and the baby. So after he start working, you know, work more than he been working, then I'll marry him. And I think he's able to take care of two.
All
right.
Not necessarily.
Many of the girls who go on welfare never graduate from high school.
You hear that?
A girl who gets pregnant in most high schools is automatically expelled.
Look, you see
Usually
that?
she doesn't come
Now,
back.
you see, the cycle keeps going on. Back then, it was automatically expelled. They ain't had nobody watch the kid. Now they expelled. They can't get an education. You can't get an education, a decent education. You can't get no job. Now you got to depend on the welfare system. Okay? Now your kids are suffering again. You see this? Man, I tell you, I'm trying to hold my words together here, man. This is the type of stuff ought to boil your spirit. This is all the type of stuff that you ought to be glad that the prophets of God are out there teaching the word of God and waking their people up and bringing them up out of this sin.
That's right.
America has destroyed us as a people, and America's going to pay. Thus says the Lord.
That's right.
Play on.
She's on her way to a lifetime of dependence on welfare.
Wow.
The Webster School in Washington, D.C. is a high school for pregnant girls.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you think that's probably pretty good for
psychotherapy
them.
session
Now
is a
watch
weekly
this.
part of the curriculum.
I first found out that I had become pregnant, and when I
Now
found
pause. You know
out
it says a
that
therapy session, right? Okay. Again, Esau doing their work. Let me see what's going on here. Let me check in. Let me see how these minds are working now. Make sure we still got them. Play on.
there was the school called Webster, I thought that I was going to be shut out away from the other people and that I was going to be an outcast.
Pause for a minute. Now, you see how all these women gather together now? No man there, no man directing them. But ease up a little bit. Who's sitting in the midst of them? Esau. That's exactly right.
Taking notes.
Go on to 1942. I know I got to bring this thing to an end. Okay. 1942. Watch this. I want you to hear this. Watch what's going to happen to the kids.
Things, but we have, we're all going through the experience.
Mrs. Patricia Schiller is a clinical psychologist. She directs the conversation toward future plans and prospects.
Pause. You hear that? She directs the conversation to future plans, and she just deals with the whole process. She's just doing her job as the enemy. Play on. Watch this.
Well, I got a job. I'm going for an interview today. And I filed for support from the father in the court, and it should be coming through by the time I get back in school in September. For a long time, I was under the firm belief that no one really has any excuse for being on public
Pause it
assistance.
just for a minute.
But
now, if you notice again, she filed for child support. Okay. Now you see a whole nother cycle beginning. Now it's rightfully so. These children got to be taken care of. But you see how Esau forcing the card in there, man, making this thing a mess. Play this and we're going to end it here. Yes, sir. Play this. Watch this. Listen to this part here about the child. Watch this.
when my grandparents and my father found out I was pregnant, their first attitude was, we aren't going to do anything for you. And my grandmother told me from the beginning, you may not bring this baby into my house. Now, she has responsibility for me until I'm 18 years old. I talked to my social worker here at school, and I have talked to people down at child welfare. And it's being made possible right now for my baby's born in September for me to put that child in a foster home and to visit it. And they'll take care of it until after I finish the 12th grade, and I'll be 18.
Let's
I'll
stop
be
it
on
right
my own.
there. Damn. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that thing run a spine. Brothers and sisters, go back and watch through it carefully. But now, you see who's directing her now, who's coaching this thing now to put the child in the foster home. And we already know what that end up being like, okay? Yep. So, brothers and sisters, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Again, the Bible Book of Our Father. Listen, I don't like taking the spirits down. I like to bring the spirits back up. You know, again, the fall, the stand, but the final call is coming, okay? I want to get into the final call part of it to lift your spirits back up before we end the radio show. But, again, take heed, brothers and sisters. That's why we're doing this work, okay? Yep. We appreciate you, Booster Club. Continue to support us so we can go out through the four corners of earth to spread this gospel, okay? Again, IUIC donate arms to IUIC Gastonia. At IUIC.gastonia.nc@israelunite.org. And again, thank you to the Booster Club at IUIC.fundraising@israelunite.org. And what's next? Is that it? Hey, like, share, subscribe to the Bible Book of Our Father every Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Is that it? All praises. Let's close it out. Brothers and sisters, y'all have a happy Sabbath. Most High Christ bless. From my crew here.
Shalom, Israel. Most High Christ bless.
Hey, shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Most High Christ bless.
Most High Christ bless.